Hi, my name is Michael. I'm the tech manager for Onyx Smart Security. Today, we'll be going over your camera app, which is Smart Guardian by GSD. We'll cover basic function, camera notifications, playback, and a little bit of user functionality. Let's get into it. So once your camera app is downloaded, you'll be able to open the screen and see here your camera system. This is, of course, after the installation team's already paired your system to your app, which takes place on every single install. So for our example here, we have 8 cameras on our system just for this test purpose. To view your cameras, obviously you're going to see a few options here with your system attached at the bottom. But to view your cameras, you can simply just double tap into your camera, to which one you want. The label will be at the top. You can use your fingers and just part the screen a little bit and zoom in and zoom out accordingly. You can, once you're zoomed all the way out, you can then scroll to your right and see the other cameras, of course, on your system as well. And again, you can simply zoom in by using your fingers on the screen, highlighting any sort of key details you may be looking for. Once you're in your selected camera, if you want to view your other ones, you can simply double tap out and it brings you back to your screen with all of them. In addition to that, once you're viewing a camera, in the bottom left-hand corner, you're going to see several options here. A few of these you can ignore. However, we'll start from the left. So with that little camera icon at the bottom, once you're viewing your camera in live or in playback, you can take a little manual screenshot, which saves right to the app. You can also take a manual recorded video clip as well. So if I push this, in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a little blue camcorder appear, which means it's recording everything by the second on the screen. And if you push it again, it saves your clip. The squares in the middle of the screen here just change how many cameras you want to view on the screen at any given time. So if you only have 4 cameras, obviously I recommend doing 4, but if you have any more than that, you may need to split them up. And if you have a larger system, it may even be on separate pages. You have to scroll in between. The microphone here at the bottom, your cameras will have, at a minimum, a one-way sound. If you have any of our other versions of cameras installed, they may have two-way audio, but for this instance, they just have the one-way, so you can hit the speaker and you'll be able to hear your camera if you hold, or hear the sound coming through your camera if you hold it close or turn the volume up. Okay. To navigate to the menu for the GSD app, on the left-hand side in the upper top here, you'll see 3 parallel lines. So if you select that, you'll come to a drop-down menu. You have a few options here, of course, but the only 3 you really need to concern yourself with as the customer is the file list, the device list, and notifications. So if we navigate to the device list here, you'll be able to see any of your temporary screenshots that you took. Of course, you can highlight them, download them right to your phone, delete them, whatever you prefer. And of course they have the camera that took it and the time that you took the screenshot at, which is pretty helpful. So for this instance, I'll just delete it. Next, you have your device list, which will show your system, a long serial number, and of course a few options underneath it. Again, you don't really need to concern yourself with many of these. The play button there just means that it basically does a little reset for your system and brings all your camera views back on as they were before. The QR code is in the top right, which allows you to add other users to the system if they scan it on their GSD app. And then of course there's the delete bin, there's the edit bin, or the edit option here as well, which you can see your system's information. Beyond that, there's not really anything to concern yourself with. So let's navigate back to the cameras briefly before we get to notifications. So once you're viewing your camera, I highly recommend, if you're going to try and view into playback, I highly recommend going and double tapping into the camera you wish to view at the time. So in the bottom right-hand corner, right beside where the camera label is shown, you'll see a little play reel icon. So if you select that, it'll take you into playback for your camera. Now, if this is the day of install, playback's going to start from when the time the camera came on. If it's the next day or any day following, it will always start at midnight of the day. So once you're there for this video, of course, it started at midnight, so I'll scroll to a highlighted time in the day, utilizing the time wheel on the bottom. So you can zoom out on the time wheel to get to a less specific time, or zoom in to almost a second and get as specific as possible, highlighted by the number, the actual time of the day on top. So from there, again, now you're viewing in playback, you can scroll. You'll see two different colors on your time wheel as well. Green is considered dead space or dead air with no events highlighted. And you'll either see a light blue or a slightly darker blue. This is indicated by an event detected by your camera. So if you scroll just before you see blue lines, as shown here in the video, we can see the vehicle pulling in and of course highlighted in blue, creating an event, something that the camera would pick up and send a notification for. And again, you can take a screenshot or a recorded clip of this as well, even though it's being saved to your hard drive locally in your system. Now, to back out of this upper left-hand corner, you hit the back arrow and it takes you back to your home page. Last but not least, you'll navigate to your menu once again and you'll go to notifications. If you select the notifications option, you'll see a few empty pages. None of these concern you at the moment. But to turn notifications on, you'll see the gear in the upper right-hand corner. Once you select that, you'll see your system populate and you can push notifications and turn them on with as simple as a tap. You'll see your system is highlighted now in green with a little green notch on the side. And then as notifications are created, they will populate in the AI column, as you just see here. So you can see vehicle has been detected here. So we're going to select this notification. We're going to go back in time to see what the camera saw. So we'll hit the small play reel icon. And then of course here on the street, we'll let it play very briefly. And as you can see, the vehicle driving by picked up a notification. Again, to turn notifications off, simply navigate back to the notifications tab, to the gear in the upper right-hand corner. Find your system, just simply hit the button and turn notifications off. Again, it's worth noting that the notifications are all or nothing, meaning you can't turn notifications on for specific cameras. It's either your entire system is on or it's not. Well, that concludes the tutorial for the GSD Smart Guardian app. If you have any questions, feel free to call, text, or email us at office@onyxsecurity.ca, and we'll see you in the next one.